It's okay. You can, keep your camera on so that we all can enjoy. So guys, where are you all from? So I'm basically from Ahmedabad. I'm
Hi,
Dhrumal Shah.
Drumal.
Hi. So I'm from Ahmedabad and working as a senior Flutter mobile developer at company called Go High Level. What about you guys? What you do on the day job? Mudra from Dahod. Hi Mudra. I I also used to live in Dahod. So my primary education is from Dahod. Nice to.
Hi.
Hi. Jai Ahmedabad, Ojas Ahmedabad, Ishida Bhavnagar, Suyanshu, Sonbhadru UP. Hi Suryanshu. Any other people? Calgary, Canada. Hey Firas, thanks for joining from Canada. Udeep Parvez from Ahmedabad. So are you guys working on Flutter or what, like? Which technology you guys work on a day-to-day basis? Ishida Flutter. Okay. What about others, guys? You can just simply, talk about it. You can just unmute yourself. Till the speakers join, we can just have,
I'm working on DevOps side right now. Actually, I'm Android and Flutter developer, but exploring another thing.
Awesome. So Yashesh, I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. Yashesh.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yashesh. Okay. So you are currently interning as an Android developer. Good. Udit is an Android Java exploring Flutter nowadays. Suryanshu, second year BTech student, just started learning Flutter 1 month back. Okay. I'm just beginner in Flutter and also working with machine learning. Great Ojas. Dipti learning Flutter. Awesome. So those who have just started Flutter, what are the challenges you guys think that currently you are facing, especially in the Flutter? Like setting up the things or like developing the things?
Hi.
Hi Mahtab.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Dhrumal.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So I'm also one of the co-organizer of GDG Ahmedabad and WTM Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Yep. So, yep. Thank you for joining. Over to you, Dhruva.
Thank you for joining. After that, I didn't understand it. Okay.
Hello, Mahtab.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. First of all, very happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, so thank you so much for giving us your precious time on your special day.
No worries, with pleasure.
Yeah.
So,
happy birthday, Mahtab.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
So, how is your day going? Meanwhile, people are joining and I'm letting them allow.
Yeah, at the moment, to be honest, nothing special till now. So it's at 9:30 here in Germany. So I just got up, make me ready, and join you guys. I didn't have really till now a birthday. So this is my birthday, actually.
And how's the situation now in Germany?
How is what?
Pardon?
What did you ask? I didn't understand.
How's the situation now in Germany about lockdown and all?
Oh, yeah, we have actually from 2nd of November, we have a little bit much stronger rules and kind of quarantine in Germany as well. So they try to keep the school open as long as it's possible. But most of the employees and also the restaurants and I don't know, some kind of occupation should stay at home and be at home, and in private we should meet. I think it's maximum 2 family are allowed to meet each other or be in touch with each other. And they advise everyone to please stay at home and don't go anywhere. And no, the restaurants are just closed. It's just delivery possible and some kind of rules.
Oh, so I wish you have a good home and warm celebration.
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone here, are almost everyone has, you may check the chat as well. Everyone is wishing you a happy birthday.
Oh, I didn't. I had opened it. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think, shall we wait for 5 more minutes? I think it's
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So meanwhile, please feel free to interact with everyone.
So, hello everyone. Yeah, I will do my best. I'll have a look in the chat. Is everyone
Sure.
writing anything? Happy birthday, happy birthday. What is actually about this Airtable? Someone post the link to that. Do you guys
Yes.
have an idea what's going on?
Yes, it was like, so one of the person, so before you joined to the call, I was just interacting with the people and just asking that what are the problems that they are facing while they are starting with the Flutter. So so one person named Suyanshu told that he's not able to remember the widgets and the properties. So I have one editable link which actually help you to find the proper widget with the basic description, not with the properties, but at what point which widget is used. You can find it easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the kind of a helpful link which I share with the people. I hope it will help you.
Did you create this document?
No, I didn't created it. This is someone, on the Twitter, I just found this link from the Flutter community.
Okay.
So I have just kept it as a bookmark.
Cool. Could you please share something about YouTube channel? Oh, for sure. So probably you guys know that I'm also creating videos with Max in our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Flutter Explained. And be honest, in the last time, I'm a little bit less active than Max. But what we are trying to do is mainly to create content for Dart and Flutter. So feel free to check it out, and we hope that our content can help you. I can also link the post to our YouTube channel, so if someone wants to check it out.
Hello, everyone. So, Mahtab, I think, shall we start now?
Yeah, we can go for it.
Yeah,
sure.
Hi, everyone. I am Dhruva Shastri, co-organizer and Women Take Makers Ambassador for Ahmedabad chapter. And we are going to have this event under WTM initiative. We'll talk about it later, what Women Take Maker initiative is and what are the benefits and opportunities under it. So today we have Mahtab Tadayon with us. She works as a software engineer at Media Markt Saturn in Germany. She is passionate engineer who loves to solve real world problems with collaboration and code. If you can't find her building something, we bet she must be on her next adventure that she runs a YouTube channel with her partner Max. She loves exploring different cultures, meeting new people, and coming out of her comfort zone. Today, she is going to take us on a tour of flavors in Flutter. Our environments and flavors are same or different. What is environment, what is flavors, and how we can eliminate the issue of accidental errors in our production ready apps. So those are the things Mahtab is going to cover with the Android practical application. So yeah, here, let me start. Over to you, Mahtab. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dhruva, for introducing me and your kind words. First of all, thank you very much, guys, for inviting me and give me this amazing opportunity so that can share my knowledge and experience with you guys. So I will try at first to share my screen. I hope that everything works. Just a minute. So, and please, if something will happen or you can't see something, please just let me know, as probably as soon as I start with presentation. I think I can't see my, no, it works. I thought I can't see my Chrome window anymore, but imaginary, it works, so everything is fine, thank you. Yeah, I would like today speak about flavors in Flutter. But before I start with the presentation, I will also briefly introduce myself. So my name is Mahtab Tadayon. I'm the software engineer at MediaMarkt Saturn Retail Group. And what is MediaMarkt Saturn? This is the Europe leading consumer electronic retailer. And I, with my team, are working on a Flutter application in this company. And this is amazing because I mainly work and interact with the Flutter. Additionally, I'm also the founder of Flutter Explained. This is our YouTube channel, as Dhruva already told to you, that we are creating YouTube content about Flutter and Dart. Exactly. And yeah, I told you the topic of today is flavors. And before I tell you what's going to be our agenda for today, I would like to tell you why I decided for this topic. As I told you, I'm working in MediaMarkt. Like many other developers, I have also to learn every day new topics, new subjects, and I have to deal with them and Google them. One of the first topics that I had to learn for my current position was flavors. I had to figure out how we should use it and why we are using it at all. And to be honest, after Dhruva reached out to me and asked me if I can give a presentation, I offered 3 topics, but I was mostly interested and also excited about flavor. And you guys choose flavors, and I'm more than happy that you decided for it, and I'm going to share this knowledge with you. So what's going to be our agenda for today? First of all, we want to see and know what is an environment and what is a flavors and what is the difference between these both. After that, I will give you a story and tell you how we can use flavors in action. As the next point, we will figure out how we can configure our Flutter project so that we can use and take advantage of flavors in our project. And as next, we will set up flavors for Android. And last but not least, we will have a look how we can optimize the workflow. It's not matter if you are using Android Studio or VSCode, we will figure it out how we can optimize our workflow for our IDE. Great. And now let's see what is an environment. Probably most of you guys know already, and I would say everyone who develops has an environment. And in software development or in software engineering, an environment is a computer system in which a computer program or software component will be deployed and will be executed. So if you're working on your personal project, you guys, everyone, when I develop or something, we will develop on our computer, and our developer's workstation is a developer environment. And later on, when you are working, or if you are working currently on an industrial project, you will have probably more than just one environment. We will have separated environments to reduce the risk for our end users. So we will have, for example, a development environment. There is the environment where we make changes in our code. After that, we will have, for example, a testing environment. This is the environment where we run the test code in the project with, for example, with the test data or test API calls. And the other environment that we could have is, it's gonna be the production environment. This is where our end user will use our project with the production data. So amazing. What I can, for example, give you tell you is as example is when we are building an application. First of all, we will develop on the local environment. After that, we will send our application to the testers that we will test our application, and this will happen in the test environment. And at the last point, we will release our application to the production environment. For example, we will release it on the production environment, and this can be, for example, also on Play Store or on App Store. Great, so far we know what is environments, and now it's time, the exciting time, to tell you what is flavor. When we're speaking about flavors, the best thing is that when we are using flavors, we have always one source code with multiple projects. So you can imagine that you are developing and writing code just for one application, and from this single code base, you can produce multiple products. Each flavor is going to be a product for itself, and it's a standalone product. With flavors, you can have, for example, each product can have different icons, a different API call, or different names. And each flavors can have also different environments. As I told you, for example, each flavor can have a dev environment, test environment, and production environment. The concept of flavors come originally from Android. And we will focus also here in this session on Android applications. But in general, it's also possible for iOS applications. Great, so I will just have a look. Are you guys there? Can someone give me a hint? Not just that I present it for myself. All good? Can you hear me? Just as a hint?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So So I will wrap it up briefly, and we will have a recap. What was the environment and what is the difference between the environment and flavors? As I told you, an environment is always for one and same application. And this is mainly for deployment. And we don't change the behavior or the visualization of our application, because for example, in the example that I gave you, we will work always on the same code base and on the same product. At the other side, we will have flavors. For flavors, I told you that we will have one source code, but from this one source code, we will produce or we will create multiple projects or multiple applications. We can have for flavors for different names and also different icons, or for example, package names. And each flavor is a standalone product for itself. So amazing, guys. So far, we know what is environment and what is flavors. And now I would like to tell you a story. Here on bottom of this build or this image, you can see me as developer. This is Mahtab. Mahtab is a developer, and this is me for sure, and I have different customers. Once a time, Michael came to me, and he has a company, leaf company. He produced different leaves, and he asked me if I can create an application for him. So I collect all the requirements from Michael, and we have finished our conversation, and after that, Jack came to me. Jack came to me, and he has a company for cacti. They're producing cacti, and I collect all the requirements, what he wants for his application. So I had two customers. The requirements that I collect from both of them were very similar. The only thing is that, for example, that Michael wanted to have, because he has a leaf company, he wanted to have a leaf icon for his application. And the other thing that he wants to have is the primary color of his application should be definitely orange. Amazing. Okay, no worries. I can do it for you, Michael, for sure. And after that, the Jack told me his requirements. Besides of everything else, he told me that he wants just have a cacti icon. And the primary color of his application should be green. So I thought with myself, so far is everything clear for me, and I have all the requirements. And these both guys actually wants to have the same application, just with some small changes like color, icon, name, and so far and so forth. So now I should create two applications and do just some small changes, and I have all the time to maintain two different applications. It should be a better solution for that, so that I don't create two times mostly the same code and don't maintain two code base. And the answer for that was flavor, guys. So, and I would like also to show you why they wanted from me the greatest project ever. So they wanted actually from me the Flutter counter app that all of us know from default project from Flutter. And how they want to have it is that one of them, as I told you, the leaf as icon and the background color or the primary color of orange. And the other guy wanted to have a cacti as icon and the primary color green. And when we create the application and we download the application, we will see something like that here in our phone. So two different applications with two different icons for sure. So this is actually what we are going to create today. I told you too much, and now I would like to say, let's get into it and start with some more technical information and how we can create it. So in this slide, you can see a workflow. I will just change the screen here. This is the workflow. If we create a Flutter project, each Flutter project should have one main method, and this is mainly in a main.dart file. This is going to be the entry point for building our application. So if we create a Flutter application, we will have, all of us will have this default content application from Flutter. And the entry point for this application, because it's just one application, the entry point for whole application is in main.dart file. But if we want to have different flavors, which means different products or projects, we will have not just one entry point, we will have multiple entry points. In our case, we will have an entry point for the Captain project, and we will have an entry point for the Leaf project. And both of them at the end will use the same base code. So far, so good. So what we should do, what we should change in our project is that here you can see that we have the main command.dart with the method in it. And on top of that, we will see the entry point for different projects. So this is going to be the entry point or with the main method for the Cactus project. And this is going to be the entry point with the main method for the Leaf project. And what we need additionally to compared to a normal project with just one product is just some app configuration, which I will collect them and write them in app config. Here we create a class and write every configuration or customized configuration which we want to use it in our application. Oh, sorry guys. So I will create an app config and I will pass it in the start or the main function of our project. And after that, all projects will use the same base code or the source code that we will have. So we will maintain actually this main command later, and both projects can use them. So this is going to be the configuration and the workflow. And now let's see how we can return or we create two flavors for our counter app. To creating this, we will have some configuration step. The first step gonna be that we should rename the main.dart file to a main command file. After that, as I told you, we need a file where we can collect and keep the app configuration with everything that we want to customize it. After that, we need two entry points with two files for different flavors that we have. And last but not least, we should adjust in our main command everything with the app from the app configuration that we want to have it in our application. Amazing. So how we will do that? I will start with the main command. So I rename my main.dart to main command.dart. And what I am doing is, for sure, instead of having main method, I will rename it to main command. And I will pass here the app configuration. Here in main command, we call normally, usually, always the run app, the app my app, and this is gonna be our widget. And I will pass here in my app the config parameter. When I pass it here, I can use this config in different widgets, which I call them later on. And for some customizing, I will create an app config file. And in this app config, I will create a class and call it app config. In our example, we will have a flavor because I need the name of flavors also. Therefore, it's going to be a string. And we need the primary color for different application. Therefore, this should be customized, and I need the color parameters. So great, but till now, we changed the main.dart file, and we don't have the main method anymore. For executing and for building our application with different flavors, we need the main method. For that, I will create 2 files for each flavors and call it whatever I want. And here I will add the main method. In the main method, this is, for example, for the leaf flavor, I will write the main method. I will create an app configuration, or the app config, and inside of that, I will call my main comment. And here I pass just the app config to it. I will do the same also for cactus flavor. And interesting enough is that we will call here the main comment method, which gonna be our common application and our common source code. Amazing, guys. So far, we set up the code for our project and for all flavors. But besides of that, we should also do some adjustment for Android. This will happen in the build.gradle file from Android. And here, what we should do is, first of all, we will open our build.gradle. In this file, we will have a flavor dimensions. Flavor dimensions can be anything, but important is that should be same for all flavors. With flavor dimension, we will initialize, or we will tell our application that all these flavors are in one group. And the second important thing is that each flavor should have a unique ID. This is gonna be the app ID that you will have for your project. For example, later on, when you will deploy your project on Play Store, you will have to fill out the app ID, but this is gonna be your ID. If we want to have different icons for our flavor, like our example, we want to have cactus and the leaf, we should add them in the in our project. And at the end, we should run our application, or we should build it. And how we can do it? Normally, the command line for start our application is flutter run -t, which stands for the target. And here you will pass normally the start or entry point of your application. This is gonna be, and for us, depends on which flavor we want to build. This is gonna be different. If we want to start the application or a cactus application, the entry point is gonna be this one, for example, or I see here that I have a typo. It's gonna be main underline. I think I did it. Yeah, somehow I wrote to have a typo here. Sorry, guys. Main underline cactus.dart. And for the other one, gonna be the leaf. And what we should add as parameter here is the -- flavor, and with the name of flavor that we'll have. It's gonna be cactus or leaf in our example. So how our build Gradle file will look like. This is a .gradle file. And what we should add, I told you we need here, if we use flavor in application, we need a flavor dimension. I call in this in our example this just flavor type. And later on, when I here initialize different flavor, I will pass these flavor dimensions to each flavor as dimension. And you can see here that the dimension of both flavor are the same as our flavor dimension. Right. As next, we should add the product flavors with all flavors that we will have. we can also have more than 2 flavors. Here in this case, we'll have a cactus with the same dimension and the application ID suffix. Application ID suffix will help us to create different versions of our app on a device, and it's going to be .cactus. As next, we have a version name suffix, which is going to be the -cactus, and the application ID is this unique ID that I told you before. And this is going to be, also when you're creating a Flutter application, you will see that in the beginning when you're creating that this application has an ID. And this is what we also should add it here in our build.gradle file. So here, it's about app icons. Normally, when you are creating a new Flutter application, you will have, if you have a look here in the Android file, in the app file, and after that in the source, you will see 3 files. The first one is the main file, after that the profile file, and you will have also a debug file. These are the common files that you will have in your project. And because we have our own flavor, we should add 2 files. So I create a file here and call it leaf, and create another file and call it cactus. Inside of each of them, I will create a resource, I think stands for resource file. And inside of that, I will add my icons. Later on, if we have enough time, I will show you guys how I create the different icons. And at the end, I will start my flavor with the command line that I told you. There's going to be -- flavor cactus and the -- flavor leaf. Amazing, guys. Probably you guys work with Android Studio. I like Android Studio, and I mainly work with it. And if you guys work with Android Studio, you know that on top part, we have something like that you can see. Is there any question? Anyone want to say something? I just hear something. Okay, apparently no. So in Android Studio, you can see something like that. And what we can do here is, if we click on the play button, we can just start our application. Here we can a device or simulator or emulator or whatever. And after that, here you have normally your entry point, and this is going to be the main, for example. And here, if you click on the start, you will start the application in the chosen emulator or simulator. What we can do and how we can optimize our Android Studio for different flavor is that you can, if you go here and click on this button, it will open a window, and one of them is configure, the configuration, or run debug configuration, I think is the name. This window will be open, and what you can do here is just click on the plus button, and after that you can add Flutter to it. When you add it, you will have here some fields to fill them up. Here for the cactus flavor, I add the name cactus. The entry point will be the entry point of our application, which is going to be, in our case, the main cactus or the main leaf for the leaf flavor. And the build flavor that we'll have is cactus or leaf. And this is exactly what we create or what we define in our build.gradle file. And after you add these both, for example, in our case, in these flavors, we will just apply and click an OK button. And after that, when you click here on this button, you will have option between different flavors, and you can just select your flavor and click on the play button. And in the emulator or simulator, your application will start with the chosen flavor. So, great. But how does it work in Visual Studio Code? I know we have some fans of VSCode here, so I decided also to introduce the option that they can use for running their flavor. In Visual Studio Code, it's different. There we have a launch.json file. And what we should do is we should add to this file some parameters for different flavors. I just add these two parts to our launch.json. And this is pretty similar to Android Studio or whatever. And this is going to be the name of our flavor, going to be the leaf. The request is to launch this flavor. The type is for sure Dart. The program is the same as the entry point that we talked all the time about it. And the args is the argument. If you can remember, I told you that to run the application, you should add -- flavor and leaf, or the name of your flavor. And this is exactly what we should add it here in the argument as a list. And we should do here the same. And later on, when you are finished this part and go to the debug, I think it's on the left side of your editor. When you go there, if you can there choose your flavor and also run on the play button. And this will start your application. Great, guys. So far to our my presentation. And now I think still we have enough time that we can do some live coding. Is it like that? Am I right? Truva or Mil, can you tell me if we have still time for some live coding? Would be great.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So I need just one moment also your help to know if it's if you can see and read my editor or my Android Studio font. Is it big enough?
Sure.
Yeah, great. So guys, what I did here is I create actually a repository which is
Mahtab,
with flavors. Yeah.
just a second. I guess you need to reshare once again.
Okay, so great. I will do that right now. I create a repository and call it Flutter with flavor. I will just share the link to that with you.
Are you sharing
No,
your GitHub repo screen?
Yeah. I will share my GitHub repository with you guys.
No, currently you are sharing your presentation, your GitHub link, because it's appearing your slides. It should be ideally your GitHub repo or Android Studio.
Yeah, okay, I know what you mean, yeah. I should stop sharing this one and I will change the presentation. But additionally, I wanted also to share the link of my repository with you guys. Maybe someone is interested and want to check it out so that you can guys follow me. And now I'm going to share my Android Studio with you. Let me know if you can see my Android Studio.
Yes, we can see now.
Yeah, great.
If you can just open any one file, I let you know about the font size maybe.
Yes,
If it's
sure.
or not. Can we have a little increased size?
Yes, is it now better?
Yes, it's better. Yeah.
Perfect. So guys, if
thanks.
you open, great, no worries, with pleasure. So if you guys open my repository, I create 2 branches in my GitHub repository. The one of them, the main branch, is for the solution. And we have also a tutorial with to-dos branch. And there, I create a couple of to-dos that you guys can follow me. And the to-dos have some numbers. You can see it here. They have some numbers, and to follow me, you can just go through each to-do, and yeah, there are some tasks that we should do and resolve it. So I hope that everything goes well as planned, but please don't judge me. I will do my best so that you guys get the best result. So this is actually nothing than the default counter application from Flutter. And we want to create these 2 flavors out of it. I will jump to the to-do number 0. And the first one is rename the main.dart file to main this one. So what I'm doing is here, we have the main.dart, and I'm going here and refactor the main to main comment. It's going to be the shared code for all of our applications and flavors. So here we'll get some error, I would say, to refactor, but I will fix it shortly. So we should rename our main.dart to main comment and adjust the main method for sure. So here we will have main comment. And I will delete the to-do number 0. After that, we'll jump to to-do number 1. So here we will create app config. I will create an app config. And here, this is what we want actually to have in our app config. The first thing that we want to have is a parameter, which I call it flavor. And the second one gonna be the color of our flavor. So I should import the material package here. And after that, for sure, I will create the constructor for the final fields. We'll just bring it up here. Right, and this is gonna be our app config with the parameters that we want to have. The number 2 to do is also done here. So the to-do number 2 is create main underline with our flavor name file for each flavor. So I actually did it. So I have done it already. It's gonna be the main underline cactus and the main underline leaf. So I'll just delete this flavor. Great. Now we jump to do number 3. Create a main method. So here we have the main cactus. And this is gonna be the place where we create the main method, which we need in our application. It's gonna be a main method. It's gonna be the number 3. Define the app config for this flavor. So I will create an app config here and call it and we'll create an instance of it. And what we need here is, and did something which I don't like. So I will just put them here as a named parameter that I can just use it here. The flavor gonna be the, our flavor here is the cactus. And the second parameter is the color. And what we want to have as color here is the green color. Like that, and I will import here the material. I have here undefined name. This is Flutter type app config. Amazing, guys. So we'll delete the to-do number 4. And the next to-do is called the main comment method, which we created a couple of minutes ago. So here I will call the main comment. And what we want to do is pass the app config for this flavor. I know I didn't refactor it like that we need it at the moment, that we can pass it as parameter because it doesn't, we didn't define any entry input parameter for main comment, but we will do it in a second. So I will just leave it and we will refactor it later. So this is gonna be everything for the main characters. And now let's jump to the next to do. So what we should do is here actually the same as everything what we did for the main characters. So I will just copy this part and bring it here. We need here an app config also. Config. And here I need the material package. And instead of having green, we want to have deep orange. And here we need our main comment file. So I hope, guys, you can follow me and you can understand what's going on here. What we did is create the main method, define the app config for this flavor. It's done. And as last, we call just the main comment method.
We actually must to change the name flavor from cactus to leaf in this file.
Oh, great catch. Thank you very much. Amazing. Thank you. So, next to do. Gonna be the to-do number 9. So now we will come back to main comment file. Then to-do number 9 is pass the app config as parameter to main to our main comment and to my app. So what we want here to have the app config, and this is gonna be the config. I'll just call it, and I will also pass this one. This is gonna be the input parameter that we need, and after that here we call the my app. This is gonna be the setless widget with all other widgets. So not important. And we should also pass this one to my app. So this is gonna be like this one, config. And now, to-do number 10 is adjust the my app widget for the app config. So what we need here is that we need here the app config. And this is gonna be the config. And what we should do is I just need the my app and pass the app config here. I have here some error. What should happen? This class is marked as this one. Oh, okay. This is final, right? Yes. Right. So far we passed the app config as parameter. And we adjust the my app widget for app config. So we can also reach to the config. And after that, we can use the parameters from the app config. The to-do number 11 and 12 is remaining. The to-do number 11 is use flavors color. We have it here as the final parameter. And what I want to do is replace the color what we have at the moment, and this is the blue color from the counter add. I will replace this one with config.color. And here I will access to the different color of my flavors. Perfect. This is also done. And the last point, the last task is here, add flavors name to the title. So this is flavor demo, and I will replace this one like that. And I will use here the config with the flavor. And it's gonna be, this is a string, so here will appear the name of our flavor. Flavor demo. I will just replace this one with the name of flavor, gonna be with cactus flavor, for example. Amazing, guys. And this is the number 12 to do. Perfect. So far, I think we're done. We are finished all to-dos that we had in our code. The last to-dos that we should do is to adjust our grader. For that, I will jump to to-do number 13. So, guys, I just comment them out because I don't get any hint from the from my IDE. So the number 13 to do is add flavor dimensions, and I call it flavor type. So I will just comment this block out, and it looks like that. Flavor dimensions, and this is this one. And the last task is to add product flavors. So I also commented this one out, and I will just comment them out. So we need a product flavors. I add here two flavors that we have. The first one is the cactus, the second one is the leaf. And here I use the same dimension for both of them. This is the ID suffix that we will have. And what I did also the name suffix and the application ID. And as you can see here, for the cactus flavor, we will have the flutter with flavors dot cactus. And for the leaf flavor, we will have the flutter with flavors dot leaf. And this should be unique for each flavor. So great, I will just delete our to-dos. That was a little bit too much, so that I can follow up. Perfect. So we have one more to do, and this is to add the icons for each flavor here. So where it is in the Android, in app. I hope, guys, that you can see, guys, and in the source. And what I previously mentioned is normally we have a profile, main, and debug file. Here we will add two files with the name of our flavors, and I added also the RIS file. And after that, let me just show you, I would like to show you how does it work. And how we do it normally is, or how I am creating, I create icon is like that. Just a minute, I should just find, I had it open. Here we go. So this is the website which I'm using for creating my icons. And how I do it is I download, or I have an icon, and how I do it is I just drag and drop my icon here. And after that, I don't need it for iOS, iPad, watch, whatever. I just need it for Android. Yes?
Mahtab, sorry, but we are not able to see the website that you are trying to show.
Oh, yes, for sure. Stop sharing. Okay, I don't know why I didn't share the whole screen with you guys. Can you see that now? I just select the window for that, and I think that was right. Perfect. So, wait. I think I will do it again. So, I use normally the appicon.co website, and what I'm doing is I'm going there, and the icon that I want to have for my application, I just download it, I have it, I create it, I don't know, whatever. I just drag and drop the icon, and after that, this website will create the icons which I want to have in my application. So all items that I don't need, I turn it off, and the Android is the only one which I needed at the moment. So I will generate it. I will just use this one. Great. And now I will tell you how does it look like. Just a minute. So this is a zip file for the icons that I have, and I will just open this one, and you can see here that you have an Android file. In this file, you have all the files with all the icons. I think they have different qualities. So I have here, out of the box, all the files that we need for my project, and I will drag and drop this file in my res file. And with that, I'm actually finished. I finished the icons that I needed, and I have it now in my project. Amazing, guys. So here I can also show you how I create for my Android Studio the better workflow. And what I do is going to the edit configuration, and you will click on the click button, on the plus button, sorry. And I choose the Flutter. Here I can give some name. Here is the entry point of my project. This is the Flutter with Flavors project, and I'm going to the lib file, and depends on which flavor I'm creating, I use the correct one. So for example, main.cactus, and the build flavor, which we define it already in our Gradle file. And this is all actually. After that, you apply and OK, and you can access to the different flavor from your IDE here. So I will just open the Android emulator. So I will just close everything here that I have. Oops. And let's see if everything works as desired. I'm going with the cactus flavor first of all, and I will start our application. And I hope that everything works fine. And we have now an amazing application, which is going to be the counter application with the orange color, primer color in background. So guys, I think it takes a little bit time to start application, and in the meanwhile, if you have any question, just let me know. Oh, that was faster than I thought. Great. So I started the cactus. Here you can see the name of flavor that we have, Flutter demo with cactus flavor, and the primary color is green. And what I did is actually add some configuration and customized configuration, and it's all. This is the Flutter with cactus, and if I just make it small, you can also see here the icon. So I can stop this one, and I will just, oops, here. I will start also the leaf flavor for you guys, that you can see we have now both flavors and both projects. So guys, let me know, do you have any question? Is there any question? I will do my best to answer.
So Mahtab, I am actually running Flutter app using the VSCode. So how I can
Okay.
run this from the command line?
The command line is right.
Yeah, for running the different flavors.
I should be honest, I didn't try it, but I assume that the Flutter command with different flavor are gonna be the same. So can you maybe try the Flutter run -t, and after that the entry point and -- flavor with different flavors name?
Can we try right now?
In Visual Studio Code or
No.
Android?
I mean, in the Android Studio, in the terminal, can you
Oh yeah,
describe?
for sure. Yeah. I thought you asked about Visual Studio. Oops. Oh. Flutter run -t, and it's gonna be the lab. And which flavor should we start? I think it's not a different, or?
Let's go with the cactus first.
Yes, -- flavor, and now the cactus. And run this one. And here we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
No worries. So, is there any other question? If not, I will share the last 2 slides of my presentation with you guys.
I have one question, one more.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, by the way, I mean, rather than asking my question, someone has already asked in the chat, so I'm just reciting that first. Just like, can we hide some functionality for leaf flavor? For example, our project having 2 functionality, addition and multiplication. Can we provide only additional functionality to leaf flavor?
Yes, we can do it. I'm pretty sure that we can do it. The only thing what I'm thinking is I don't have an out-of-the-box example for that. But what we can do is, for example, to do something like use the feature toggle. So that what we can do is, for example, to have this is, for example, the multiple or the add functionality gonna be 2 features that we have. And what we can do is to add this feature toggle to different flavors, and we can turn it on or turn it off, but for different flavors that we have. So that means we have a feature toggle, which is going to be nothing rather than a Boolean with true or false. And we will assign assign this feature toggle to different flavors, and depends on which flavor we are using, we can turn it on or turn it off. This is the solution that came to my mind, I think.
So in that case, we can also do it like this way. If we have the staging environment and the production environment, we can just pass it as in the flavor, just like a staging. And based on that, we can actually put in the condition that if this variable is staging, it should pass this URL, and if it is the production, we should pass this URL, right?
Yes, it sounds also good, I think.
Awesome.
What do you think, guys, from the audience? Do you have any better idea, maybe?
Friends, feel free to share your opinion or your questions, comments, anything, irrespective of the language dependency. That's completely fine.
Yes, unfortunately, I can't understand Hindi. I think you're
Yes.
I think you can translate it for me.
Definitely, we will help you.
Yes. So, in the meanwhile, I'm going just with the last slide of my presentation, and this is the conclusion, guys. Do I share still my presentation? Right, or?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Okay, perfect. I wanted just to be sure. So the conclusion of flavors is, first of all, flavors make developers' life easier. So guys, we can create multiple flavors, which means multiple projects from a single source code, so that we have to maintain just one single code base. We should write just in one code base, and we can deploy it to the multiple projects. This will save us amount of time and code and also nerves, I would say. And we can use it also for different development stages. One example that came just right now to my mind is, for example, if you want to create an application and you want to have a free version of your application and the paid version of your application, you can easily do that with flavors. And this will lead us to the last point, which means that we can customize each project with the stuff that we want. I had some resources. I shared with you guys my GitHub repository. There you can find again the example, and maybe you can just follow the example with your own speed. And if you have any question, you can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm more than happy to answer them. And for my presentation, I found also very helpful articles for flavors, which is under flutter.dev. If you are going to the head of the flavors, there are a couple of good and very helpful articles regarding this topic. So amazing, guys. So far, I finished my presentation, and I hope that you could understand and follow me. Is there any question? Could you follow me, and could you understand what's going on, what is flavor about, at least?
Feel free to share your answers in chat as well if you are unable to unmute your mic. So have you all tried flavors? How much could you understand?
So for me, I have tried flavors before. Before this Flutter flavors and all. So we were doing that command line stuff, mostly because for Android Studio, the share through VCS flavors was not working for us. So right now they are creating one .run file from .run folder to share the flavors via some other developers Android Studio. So now they are working fine. So other than that, the question regarding the example, multiple flavors addition and multiplication functionality, we are able to achieve that via what we can say is a Couchbase or some environmental configurations. We were doing that stuff in our project. So yeah, I think demo was pretty good, and I actually downloaded and tried it myself. But yeah, easy enough. Thank you.
Great,
Good.
Thank you too.
Yeah.
Any other opinion?
Great. Anyone else? Anyone would like to share anything? Would like to interact with any of us? Any questions in Flutter apart from flavor?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, so I was wondering how we are going to handle that headless Flutter view, if you know that.
Headless Flutter view?
Yeah, so it's regarding this. So Flutter has limitations how we work Flutter app in the background if we don't have services running, right, in iOS as well as in Android. So if we don't have services running, we can't have contexts, and we don't have capability to interact with native and Flutter. So there is one Flutter headless view there we were using previously. Right now it's not working on my demo. So I was wondering, are there any changes for Flutter headless view or something like that?
To be honest, I heard about it right now, so I don't have any idea. Maybe Drumel, you can help in this case? Or any from audience, I don't know.
Drumel, if you are speaking, we are actually unable to hear you because there is a disturbance.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So I was just asking that earlier it was working for Parth and now it is not working. And so this is the question, that why it is not working, right, Parth?
Yeah, so it's not working now. Might be some changes in the Flutter headless view. I'm not sure because now I'm in Android, so not able to.
Okay. Unfortunately, I also didn't get a chance to explore that, this particular part of the Flutter. So if you want me to dig in deeper, let's just meet like offline after this event, and I can try to help you out to figure out what exactly causing your problem to not working.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess we have another question from the Ishita Keshwani, and she's asking that how do you learn new topics in Flutter? So do you use only documentation or anything else? Mahtab, this is for you, I guess.
Yeah, great. Okay. So this is a very good question. And what I'm doing first of all is Googling. And Googling is not so easy, I should admit. So I will start to Google it. And if it's a bigger topic that I don't have any idea, I try to, at first of all, start with the documentation, because Flutter had really, really, really good documentation. They are mostly short documentation, very clear and very simple explained. So my first decision would be go directly to the documentation and figure out what's going on and what's that about. And if it doesn't help me enough, the next point gonna be to go to YouTube or try to figure out some tutorial for this topic and figure out what it's about. And after that, the last one I would say is try it out. Not just doing some tutorial, but also make a small example for yourself, create a small project, really a small project, an MVP or something like that, and try to implement this feature or whatever you want to do that in your small application. And not in a big application yet that you don't have maybe any idea where you should start, and try to figure it out, to play around with that and learn about it.
I hope, Ishita, you got the answer.
I hope too that you could get your answer.
Ishita,
Yes,
if you are
completely.
listening. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Ishita, for the affirmation. Is there anyone have any doubt on Flutter or the Flutter related stuff? If you are got stuck, if you are doing something, or maybe you can just share any new thing that you discover and you want to share with us. That will also help.
Ketan here. My question is Drumil or Mahtab. I have many times facing like a complete debug APK, and the APK size is 120, 110, and same APK in Android is a 5 MB, 2 MB. Why is that types of issue facing in Flutter? Any idea?
Yes. Okay. Let me just rephrase the question for everyone. So here the question is, if you create one debug APK from Flutter, its size is around 100 MBs or more than that. Whether if we do the same thing with the Android native, the size is around 5 to 6 MB. So his question is why there is a vast difference between the sizes. Mahtab, do you want to go for the answer?
I have some idea, but I'm not an Android developer, so I'm not sure if it's the case or not. But what I can do, I can imagine is, for example, when you create a release build and build your APK, for one of the things that the Flutter is doing is, for example, is the tree shaking. So the dependencies and everything going to be out of your application, and the size of your application going to decrease tremendously. So I don't know, do you also try to create a release build and like that and compare the size of your application with the Android one?
I guess his main concern about the debug APK rather than the release APK. So let me just help you here.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot the name.
Ketan.
Hey, Ketan. Yeah. So actually, Ketan, what is happening whenever you build an APK, using the debug APK. So Parth is also mentioning in the chat, and which is almost the correct answer. So whenever you build one APK from the Flutter SDK, so what will happen? Flutter SDK actually insert the Flutter VM inside that your APK. The whole SDK sits inside your APK, and that's why on the debug APK you can do the hot reload and hot restart. So this is like just to give you the hot restart and hot reload. They are putting the Flutter SDK inside that APK and also virtual machine inside your APK. So whenever you take out that APK and to give it to the client, that debug APK have all these things, and that's why the size of the particular APK is that much big.
Okay.
Right. So that's why, it has always been suggested that whenever you give your APK to your client, just give profile APK or maybe the release APK rather than the debug APK.
Okay.
And that's the only reason that you get this hot reload and hot restart as a feature, because everything resides into your, APK file. And that's why whenever you do change and you just press Command S, so that hot can be jump into your APK. Virtual machine will replace the code, and you can see on the screen where actually native Android doesn't come into the picture. If you do such changes with the hot reload and you stop the APK and you start your app from the mobile, you won't be able to see those changes because that has been temporarily saved in the virtual machine. To get changes, you have to rebuild the APK. And also Parth is adding some more answer, which is like that Skia and all frameworks to draw UI as well as the Flutter SDK is in that VM. So you can check isolate, that means main and other isolates for the app for more details. This is what he's saying. Also, Parth is also mentioning one more thing, which is again a good point. It's like your background is from Android, right, Ketan?
Yes.
Okay. So in Android, I hope you are aware about the split APK concept, where you can develop release an APK for the particular platform and for the particular architecture, right?
Yes.
So this is the same thing also you can do with the with the Flutter as well. So so these are the things will help you to reduce the size of the APK. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan. Yes. So do we have any other question, or should we conclude today's session? So we have still next 5 minutes for the questions.
I read already in the chat that someone mentioned the Flutter book. I don't know. Does anyone have a good idea about a good Flutter book, guys? It's my question to you.
Let me check. I read one Flutter book, and that's where I got the idea to that Flutter headless view. It was a long time ago, but let me check.
I heard about the Flutter complete for reference, and I am looking for some reviews. if I should go for that.
Okay, I guess meanwhile, we get the answer. There is one more question from the Ishita. So she is asking that, do you have ideas for projects in Flutter to put in a resume?
Oh, I think the best project that you can create is where you have a project that you have interest in it. So just as an example, for my own project, I decided to go for the recipe application because I had it in my daily use case, in my daily life. I had always problems with losing the recipes for cooking. So I needed an application that helped me just save the recipes. And as soon as I need it, I just open my application and get the right recipe. So I think if you have some ideas how you can improve your life with some small application, go for something like that. I think this helps a lot. But also to do application, I don't know, there are so many different applications or easy applications that you can create it.
Yeah, I mean, also, you can add those projects where actually you got a lot of opportunity to explore the different thing in the Flutter. For example, you can explore some sensors, you can explore the API calling, the JSON parsing, you can explore like the multi-platform or maybe multi-screen layout in your application. So you should, choose an application which actually help you to explore Flutter in a better way. So now you have two approaches. One, that Mahtab share, which is like the best approach for anyone to bring a project, which is like to solve a real world problem. And by solving that real world problem, you can also try to explore as much as you can explore from the Flutter framework, whether it's state management, whether it's a dependency injection, whether it's like the different UI components or different libraries, you can do that. So rather than going for a particular title, just go for this kind of objectives. And at the end, I mean, all the recruiters, because I also recruit in my team, so I know what I look in the resume. I always look for the people who have explored many things or in a better way. So recruiter will never see that, okay, you have created one movie app or you have created one like maybe a college management or kind of CRM kind of app, but they always look for that how better you have coded particular thing, what are the different approaches you have taken to solve particular problem, right? So I hope this will help.
Yes, that was very insightful answer. Thank you to both of you.
Yeah, adding to all the insights we got, I would also like to add one thing that I'm not a very regularly open source contributor, but when I started reading the code of other people and I started collaborating, I actually got to learn how code structure and how people actually do the architecture and everything. So currently I would also like to share that few things from Flutter team itself is few initiatives are there. I think adopt a widget is currently going on. We have Ayush already with us. If we'll see if he can share something about in very brief about open source contribution as well. You can reach out to him too, because contributing to open source, it's also a kind of building a profile. So that's also one thing helpful. And also before we wrap up, I would like to later on ask to Daniel as well to share a little bit of thing about our Flutteristas group, because trust me, there is a lot of amazing things happening in that community. So I would like to ask Ayush first to share a little bit in very brief about his open source contribution. And maybe Daniel, the next, would you like to share a little bit about our Flutteristas group as well?
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, thanks. Ayush, over to you.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. Actually, I got the link late, so I will have to check if Dhrumil and Dhruva has recorded the session or not. But yeah, I feel I missed the session. So talking about the open source contribution, it's really great to contribute to open source. Any framework you're contributing, because you learn a lot of new things while contributing. You come across what we can say, when you are contributing to open source, you learn things about widgets which you are not really known about. Like whenever you open a source code of a widget, you will see how the widget is working, how it is internally structured in very well way. So that will also help you to make your own widgets. And what can say, it will help you to make your own widgets and do crazy things in Flutter, because Flutter has no limitations for creating beautiful UIs, and we have seen that in many times. So yeah, if you have any doubts regarding open source contribution, you can feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, there is a campaign going on right now, Adapter Widget. Unfortunately, all the issues have been taken by the contributors. So we may have to wait for the second round to come, so we can get an issue and contribute to it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Ayush. Daniel? Hi.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Wow.
First of all, thank you so much for joining us in this early morning.
Well, I did the math wrong, so I was an hour late. So sorry about that. I thought it was 4:30 my time in the morning, and it was really supposed to be 3:30 in the time my morning. But anyway, but yes, absolutely. I think flavors are a very interesting topic. I'm one of the co-leaders of a group of female and non-binary Flutter enthusiasts. It's called Flutteristas. And so basically we were started by Emily Fortuna a few years ago. And she's left Google. And so she asked for someone to jump in, so I did. And we hold like monthly meetings. And we do other things. Like right now we're going through speaker training. Not that our current speaker needs it, but we're going through speaker training right now, and so that's kind of neat. And Google supports us with speakers and with things like that. So once again, so what we're looking at is our certain underrepresented communities, which are once again female coders and the non-binary coders. And anybody doesn't know what that is, it's people who have decided they're neither male nor female. And that's what decided is probably the wrong word actually, but it comes to that. So, and like I said, we're trying to create our own little safe space for people to come in and to learn and get better, and then hopefully go out into the world like this and be able to contribute better. And we have a Slack channel, and we have like a mailing list and our own calendar that we keep, that we put different Flutterista related events on. And we're planning a conference coming up, which hasn't been announced yet, so you guys are the first people to hear about it. So we're going to have a Flutterista conference in February, and that's open to everybody to come see. But it's going to be organized by us so that we can give our people a good chance to do stuff. And that's pretty much it. If anybody here is, like I said, female or non-binary and would like to join, you can find me on Twitter. And let's see, I'm not positive what my Twitter handle is because it's spelled slightly different. Let me pull that up real quick, and then you can send me a DM, and I'd be happy to get you a link to the Slack channel, and that starts everything rolling. So let's see, I'll drop this into Slack. I mean, not Slack. I'm sorry. I'll drop this into chat. It's
Oops. Daniel, are you there? Looks like her internet broke, or yeah, maybe her internet got broke. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Please be able to share.
Yeah, she rejoined. Yeah. Daniel, you are on mute.
That's because I just joined back in.
It's fine.
I can hear everybody going, or I can hear you going forward. Anyway, in the chat, I can drop my my Twitter handle. If anybody qualifies and wants to join, please send me a text. I'll get you on the Slack channel, which starts the ball rolling, and then everybody can, everybody can see it. It's a it's a great group. We're fairly active. We have monthly meetings, and we try to do more. We're actually talking about having twice monthly meetings where, a Flutterista presents in one of them, so that we can once again get practice and get better with stuff. So I would love to have anybody in here that qualifies. Once again, to qualify, you have to like Flutter, and you have to either be female or non-binary. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we not allowed?
No, sorry. We have plenty of places for you.
Yeah, no problem.
It's yeah. I mean, I have this conversation a lot with people, and yeah, it's hopefully we get to the point where it's just such a normal part of the community that it doesn't matter,
Right.
But just like women and tech makers, things like that, we're just trying to we've got certain people that are not comfortable out with everybody, and so it helps with that, and we don't get very much extra special. We just get our own version of it,
Got it.
So like I think just about any good sized group can get Google, people from Google to come talk to them and things like that, So we get a little bit of support from Google, like they're helping us with a speaker training to try to get us better at more comfortable to talk. But in general, that it's it's just we're just trying to help out with people that are not as comfortable coming out and speaking in front of a big group like this, or even asking questions,
Right.
So yeah, so sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I totally understand and totally respect, whatever you guys are doing, because I know because Dhruva used to share so much things about that what you guys are doing in the Flutter Explained group. So that's actually the great thing. I'm just curious that if I get a chance to be like a speaker or just talk to the group of people, so that I just want to I just want to meet the people over there, so that
Sure.
will, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we can work something out with that. We do try to occasionally do things. I don't speak Portuguese, except for I can read that.
Okay.
We do have people that do, I think, but I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, but back to this. We do try to have some events, speakers, things like that at times where we kind of sponsor something and have everybody come also. So, but yeah, absolutely, we can definitely try to work something out. We would love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Of course. Thank you.
Great. So, anybody, anything else? Any of the suggestions you would like to have next sessions on? Any topic suggestions or anything? Feel free to let us know. You can unmute yourself, or you can mention in chat as well. Great. Seems like the session was amazing. Everyone has fallen into the loop of developing the project?
It's great, I hope.
I have one thing to say. First of all, thank you so much, Mahtab, for the wonderful one. Like, I joined a little late, but I think I missed a lot. So I'm going to ask Dhruva and Drumil if we have the recording available even later on. I'll definitely watch that, I guess. Still, I don't understand it absolutely.
It's a surprise. Let's see.
Okay, sure. Then I would be definitely waiting for that one. So I'm very entry-level Flutter learner, but mostly I'm trying to develop my design skills. And I see Flutter is something that we can do a lot more in UI UX terms to enhance the user experience and everything. So that's where I'm experimenting my learnings and understandings that how actually can that be done using Flutter. So the talk entirely was a lot of touching base, the things that I'm trying to understand more and more. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And again, Drumil and Dhruva are being the amazing host that we can actually feel that classroom feel.
Thank you, Poonam. But apart from the recording, be assured that we are going to share the slides and GitHub demo link both.
I think will get a lot of help to me.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much also from my side for your feedback. Thank you, guys.
So thank you so much, Mahtab. We hope you had a good birthday with us and you have a wonderful day ahead as well.
Thank you very much. Definitely. I had a great time. Thank you for joining us, everyone who joined this session. That was a great experience for me.
Definitely.
I will also share my Twitter handle. If you have any question or if I can help you in any way, please let me know.
Sure. People are joining us from all over the world as well. Someone joined us from Canada earlier. Someone is joining from Brazil. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah. Great. So let's conclude. Cool. Have a nice weekend, people, and stay safe.
Same to you.
Yeah, take care and stay safe, guys. See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, take care.